Hey everybody, welcome back to LeftPawGaming. Today we've got some more of my walkthrough footage of Sifu. Last video, we defeated Sean the fighter to complete the second area of the game, the club. This video, we begin the third area, the museum. Let's jump in. I'm a fan of these little start screens that they give us. Like, that's just a really cool look. Anyway, we're at the museum. This is the third area of the game. We are starting at age 24, which is when we beat the club. Not how we beat the club in the last video, but it keeps our lowest age. Oh,
everyone get into position.
I forget these guys talk every time. But we start at the lowest age that we completed the previous level. So we're getting in here. Learn the new little leg sweep there. Now I got your weapon, buddy. Whoop. They just come with weapons early. And as usual, since I'm recording, this is the worst I've done this area in the last couple runs. A little upsetting, but it's all good. So there's not a lot to do here. The gift shop, you can't go in there. There's nothing really at the main table. You can search around. I am going to note when we get to a spot to pick up a major item. That's the elevator there underneath the water, and you can see that we got a few levels. There's actually 4 levels to this place. Eventually you'll unlock the ability to ride the elevator, but you have to pass the last like mini boss before the main boss to get the elevator key. So of course you have to do the whole thing. Stop at these little tables before every exhibit and you pick up a little card to go on your board, and we're gonna head through here. So just some things to look at. There's somebody right around the corner here that has a bat, so we're gonna lure him out. Stay away from the big guy for a second. Whoop, whoop. Big dodges. Knock him out, and we'll have a fresh bat after we take out the big dude. Here we go. Hey, big guy. I was waiting for him to throw the orange hands at me, but he's knocked out. Boom! Let's pick up the fresh weapon, because it didn't touch anything, and we're on our way. Next room. You can throw these little decorations at people if you have the environmental thing unlocked. Oh, I missed. Of course. Get knocked down. Come on. Get your block on. And you... Pick up a fresh bat. I can do this one, and we'll keep moving on. And coming up here, we'll take a look at these doors. So you'll eventually get the key card to open up these doors. The key card for the doors is essentially unlocking the first shortcut, leading you straight to the stairwell here, and then you'll be, right here, able to go to the second floor. And we got these two guys that are off to the right.
Got eyes on him.
Get these fools out. Let's see how we do it. How do I always not dodge the second one? There we go. Oh. Oh, okay. He straight threw his sword at me just so he can get my bat. And that's why you... Oh, and he's charging up. This has never happened. I've never had one of these guys power up like this on me. So this is slightly annoying. Of course. And of course I die there. I have never died to those two goons. And then all of a sudden this dude powers up and... Alright, we're not gonna get to, man. We're fine. Everything is fine. We're just gonna keep slicing them up. There. You deserve this knockout. At least I get my death counter back. Alright, so I think this is a better bet. Don't forget to pick up... Well, let's go look at this door. I'll show you this down here. Eventually... Well, not these, but eventually other doors will be able to open like this, these gated doors. But don't forget to pick up your card here. You essentially got to get to the very end. My first playthrough of the museum, I made it all the way to the final boss. The second phase of the final boss, and I died horribly. It was bad. I did do better on the second phase of the final boss, but why are we doing so good right here? But I was in my 60s after the first phase of the final boss. It was so bad. It was so bad. We'll probably do just as bad. Like, the first phase of this boss is pretty tough. She alternates high and low attacks. And it's just bad. I'll explain it while we're there, but good God. I've only beat this level at age 42. That's the lowest I've beaten it at. So hopefully I can put a good run together here, or a couple of runs before I actually do the recording of the fourth area.
He's here.
Alright, this room, I always focus on the two over here first, because that the little pendulum in the middle kind of blocks the other group. And if people are in that circle, they get bumped by that big pendulum there. So be mindful of how it moves around. We'll just pick up any old weapon because we need something. Jesus. Another area we're doing terribly in because I'm talking too much. I play this game in dead silence as I'm trying to get through, because we know how good I am at combat. Action combat. You know, you give me the old school Final Fantasies. Anyway, here's our first shrine. And for this area, what I'm really trying to do is get a second focus meter. So, only 250 points. We'll drop that in here. And then, let's take a look at the skills. I have some points. So, charge back fist. That's what I've been working on. I haven't really used it yet, but let's see. Does it? It says works with bats. Is that the charged attack? I think that's just a regular heavy attack with a bat. Okay. Well, we'll keep moving on. That didn't.
Downstairs.
So this room right here, I like to wait for these fools to just come down the stairs and take them out one at a time, or get kicked back like that because we don't want to dodge properly.
He's armed.
And now all three of them are down here. Normally, I
No freaking
deal with the
way.
first one, and then the second one, and then the third one, and then the fourth. Like, they just come one at a time. You'll even notice that if two of them come down at a time, sometimes they'll just run back up the stairs for whatever stupid reason. It's really funny to me. Oh, got your gauge before his.
Shit.
I don't know if they did it on purpose, but kind of bogus. Most of the regular women enemies have a weaker structure bar, so less hits to get them in their execution state. But just an observation. So we're on level 3 here. There's a lady over there. She's actually one of Sean's disciples from the club. And if you beat her, you get the fire key, which you can open that special fire chest when you're on the final path leading up to Sean. But you have to have the museum key so you can start unlocking these doors. So we're not going to do that right now, but good for us to know. So we're going to continue on here. Don't forget to grab your card here so it gets applied to your board. If you're collecting absolutely everything for this game, that is. And we have this room. I hate this room. There's a ton of enemies and two like heavy opponents that all of a sudden know how to run. Like, see, what are you doing there, big fella? Let's put you down here. Seriously? We're gonna die a few times here. I can already tell. Good. Another execution, gets more health back. on.
Can't keep up.
Can we dodge these hits, please?
Put that down before someone gets hurt.
Let's use charging, and of course I can't get out of the way. Why would I get out of the way? That's just... Oh, good. You want to isolate yourself? Beautiful.
Oh man.
And now you. Dodge. Please dodge. Good lord. There we go. Another execution.
Too late to back out now.
Told you we're gonna die. Too low on health to have two big guys still on the floor. Let's trip him. Boom, boom. Good move there. Nice.
Whoa.
Oh, if we can get out of this. Just a side note, if you do die and your death counter goes up, save... Well, it doesn't really matter if you save one of the big guys. You get a death counter back as you kill the big dude. So, if you die twice, you can be back down to 0. But yeah, so pretty annoyed by that area. I actually didn't do as bad as I thought. But now we're going to head in here to the mid-boss. Mid-boss is pretty easy, so let's see how we do. Pretty easy to in my opinion. Good lord, I can't talk.
Crusade here.
No, you stop.
Kuroki has long since abandoned this life of violence and bloodshed.
Oh, has she?
Turn around and leave now.
Oh man, don't tell me that these two
I only
statues come alive. No,
I told
they
you.
don't. They don't come
Kuroki
alive.
will not speak with you or anyone
I'm gonna
else.
smack him.
For the last.
He was giving me my final warning. So, these two statues here with the sword feet that I'll show you after I beat this dude. Yeah, they're like the final little mini boss before we get to Kuroki. And when you go through this trippy area that seems like we get thrown down into the basement and they drop down. There we go. We got them. Boom. And right here is where we would have gotten the museum key, which allows us to open up all the doors. And, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So now we're going to go through here because we have the museum key. And now there's really nothing else here other than these strange looking exhibits. But, yeah, we're heading up the stairs now, and we're going to be on the final path. You see this little tape line on the floor? So these are metal gates that, at this point, if you had the elevator key, you can go through these two gates and take the elevator to the top floor and avoid everything that we're about to do, which includes the scissor feet women. But we're going to come here and get the second shrine. Very important. We're going to do another one of these. And there we go. Alright guys, we're going to cut this video off right here. This is a really good spot because the next area can be kind of time consuming. It's a little trippy, it's a little dark. But there's a lot of fighting. Whereas once you have the elevator key, which you have to go through this trippy area that I'm going to show you in the next video. Once you get the elevator key, you can go straight to the top floor from where we are right now. But when we come back, we're going to be going down the first path and taking on the final boss of the museum. So as usual, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We will see you guys in the next video.